Please see today's video as entertainment only. I'm not a financial advisor. You must of course do your own due diligence. Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not. What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy Wholesale. I hope you are all well. Today's video is a bit of an update video on a previous stock that I have talked about, but before we get into it, can you please like, please subscribe, grow on the channel, all that good stuff, guys. I really do appreciate everybody's support. Thank you very much. Also check out the links in the bio below for not only my Reuters article that I have done, there's actually 2 of them there worth a read, guys. Also check out link that gives you and I both a share up to £200 for free. Buck she baby. Free, so that's good. Might as well check that out. And also don't forget to get me on the Instagram, BHS DMV, guys. That platform's growing. Good banter happening on that side as well. Please drop me any comments, anything at all. I try to respond to everyone. Without further ado though, let's get into today's video. So today's video is on Premier African Minerals, PREM is the ticker symbol, Prem. And I've talked about this video a few weeks back. It was a new stock that I've added to my portfolio. It's another lithium play. I'm trying to build up a bit of a portfolio of different lithium plays because I believe lithium is going to be key for the future of, obviously battery storage and things like that. So if you're interested in knowing all about Premier African Minerals, I will again put the link here from my previous video. Go in and have a look at it. As I said, this is just an update. Okay guys, this is a bit of information that actually came out following my previous video, so we're going back sort of a few weeks now to the 18th of March, but I think it's worthwhile still pointing this out. So Premier African Minerals mulls going it alone at the Zulu project. Premier's present market value suggests that retention of 100% of the Zulu is now potentially a better option. Okay, so we know Premier African Minerals has had a good rise now based on the share prices, and thanks to people like myself that are investing in it, now they believe that perhaps they could retain. So let's see. Premier African Minerals Limited said that the meteoric rise in the share price this month has improved the prospects of retaining the full ownership of the Zulu lithium project. The junior exploration company has formally granted an exclusive prospecting order, EPO, as we sort of talked about in the previous video, covering the company's Zulu lithium and tantalum claims on March the 12th. But the share price was already shifting higher in anticipation of that award, and during March the shares have risen from 0.08 pennies to 0.25 pennies. That said, George Roach, the Chief Executive Officer of Premier, caused the board to rethink assumptions that at some point it would have to surrender some of the ownership of Zulu to a joint venture partner. Roach went on to say, with both the emerging short supply and simultaneous escalating price and demand for subrutamine and the grant of exclusive prospecting order as announced on the 17th of March, talked about in the previous video, Premier's prospects are today fundamentally different. Premier's present market value suggests that the retention of 100% of Zulu is now potentially a better option. Of course it'd be a better option. It means you're taking the full capability of the project. It means you're taking the full resource, which means profits. The strategy related to the divestment of our Zimbabwe assets may no longer be appropriate. Accordingly, Premier will focus on the development of the Zulu and realization of the potential true value of the asset and proper exploration of the upside potential in the EPO. The definitive feasibility study timeline for Zulu is estimated at 14 months, and this is unlikely to change, Roach said. Since the EPO was awarded, the company has received several approaches from parties interested in funding in the DVFS, while it has also expressed interest from organisations interested in investing in the project as a part of an on-off take agreement. In closing, it is worth noting that the Zimbabwean government award of the EPO at Zulu and several other EPO applications is a clear signal that Zimbabwe is truly open for business and is taking steps to achieving longer-term mining goal. Again, I think we touched on that in the previous video. So to me, guys, that is good news. You can see here, again, looking at the share price, even over the last 3 months, it was sitting around doing nothing at sort of 5p a share, and then it throbbed. We kind of got the news in, started talking about this in and around this price. We've caught it probably at the highs. That's kind of where I was at, but I'm not huge money in this here. I've got about £150. My intentions are to wait for a wee bit more of a catalyst, or potentially for it to get too low that it becomes really desirable, that I need to buy in. But you can see it has tittered off here. I think I'm currently down about 25-30%, to be honest with you guys. So I'm taking a bit of a gaping on it, but I'm okay with that because it's a long hold, and I'm prepared for that. So at this stage, I don't need to do anything. I need either a catalyst to tell me to buy more, or I need the share price to become too attractive. At this stage, I'm happy enough taking a 30%. Well, no one's ever happy being 30% down, but I'm more than happy with this. So if we go on to ADVFN site, we can get some breaking news that's just came out today. So Premier African Minerals Limited is pleased to provide this further corporate update on progress and funding strategy to be applied to the future development of both Premier and Zulu Lithium and Tantalum Limited. The Zulu deposits are contained within an exclusive prospecting rights area greater than 200 square kilometers, and major potential lithium, cesium, tantalum, pegmatite prospects and prospects over and above the existing resource estimate already defined and described in our announcement on the 18th of March. So they've appointed new contractors and consultants in respect of the Zulu for the definitive feasibility study. So we can see here the appointment of Barra Consulting, Giro Drill Private Limited, the principal drilling contractor, an appointment of Hers Engineer Limited as resource and technical consultant. I'll just skip this bit because it's old news. The appointment of Giro Drill is effective immediately and mobilisation is commencing. Premier has sufficient funds to pay the mobilisation charges from existing resources, and full drilling camp is now expected to be completed and operational by the end of April 2021. Delightful, guys. Really happy with this news. I think it shows that there's good progress being made, and again, it's exactly what you want. You want to be able to see investment. You want to be able to see what they're saying they're going to do and they're putting it into practice. Another thing worth noting is Premier has not concluded final financing details, but expects to update shareholders at our next general annual meeting, which is expected to be announced in the coming weeks. So they're saying that they've got the money in place to be able to pay for the drilling, to pay for the initial sort of setup of this. We will see what the financing deal looks like. I still would probably suspect that there will be some sort of further funding or dilution of shares or something to try and raise a bit more capital down the road, especially if they're considering taking on the full 100%. But either way, guys, with a long hold, this is exactly what you want to hear. Then there's a wee bit more about the consultancy and Giro Grill. Barra Consulting is an independent consulting engineer focused on serving the global mining industry. The company is based in the UK and South Africa, so that's good with the shareholders and then their presence obviously in South Africa. And they've been around for a long time. It looks like they've got a lot of different projects on. So that all ticks the boxes for me. The Giro Drill has been the main drillers is Zulu, perfect. Giro Drill is a family of the region of the location. According to mobilisation, it is expected to be less time consuming and more effective. Giro Drill will provide certain utilities to the exploration camp, and these will include solar power and groundwater resources, as well as sustainable workshop and basic housing. So even from an environmental point of view, I like to see things that have solar power, ground resources. That sounds good. You can see a bit more about the engineering side of things, in similar vein as what I've kind of talked about. Mr. CJ Mail has an extensive exploration, project management and implementation experience. Mr. CJ Mail has worked in multi-commodity exploration projects in various African countries. So great, plenty of experience coming in here. Happy days. All very positive news, especially the news about the upcoming AGM announcement. So we'll keep you up to date with that, guys. Please hit the subscribe button, hit the alert button, keep up to date. As soon as we get the AGM news out, I will of course deliver that to you. So it's important to hit that subscribe button. Also, there's actually currently a Twitter poll on the go for next week's video vote. I've been doing this regularly now for the last few weeks. User voting for the next video. So go on the Twitter and check that out. And again, just to reiterate what I've said in my previous video, I love the Premier African Minerals seems to be very active on their social. It's a good platform to see what our shareholders are thinking about. Yes, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to affect the share price, someone being social and putting up posts, but I still think it's a good sign that they're trying to grow their platform and they care about updating their shareholders. Even 6 minutes ago, it's pleased to provide this further corporate update on the progress and funding strategy to be applied in the future development of both Premier and Zulu Lithium and Tantalum Limited. And if you click on this picture, it'll bring up and it tells you about the stuff that we've just spoke about, appointment CJ Mail, so on and so forth. So I like that, guys. It's out there. The news is out there. People are starting to trend it. I'll of course give that a like. If you scroll down here, you'll see Again, further news 37 minutes ago, so we can go on and read about that. 2 hours ago, they're talking about the company has recently awarded the exclusive prospecting order. Is telling you to go onto their website. I like this here, guys. You go down here, they're talking about current news that's in the infrastructure of it all. Volkswagen talking about their kind of sector and why the importance of what they're doing will affect Premier Africans in terms of the lithium market, and just so on and so forth, guys. I really do like a company that updates you on socials, and Premier African Minerals, as I've said before, is very much doing that. So that's the video, guys. Look, I'm really bullish on the lithium plays in general, but Premier African Minerals seems to be in a good space. I like the fact that they've been able to put out good news there in terms of saying that they want to keep all the Zulu project going. That is very exciting. If that is something that they can do, that would be great. However, with a pinch of salt, not that I mind this, it still will negatively affect the share price. They're probably going to have to do some sort of more funding or dilution of shares, so be prepared for that. However, with my intentions of a long-term hold, i.e. 5, 10, 15 years, it doesn't really matter. I want them to invest in themselves, but just be wary of that. If anybody is investing, this isn't likely to be one that's going to shoot up 15 times in the next few months. That's not what this channel is about, and that's not what this stock will be about. But it looks to be good, solid foundations for the future, which is ultimately what you do want in a stock, especially of this nature. I do believe this stock will 10x, 15x over time, but you need to give it time. At the end of the day, guys, it's not about time in the market, it is about time in the market. So if you remember that, I think we'll be in a good space. So look, I'll not say no more about this. I really hope you've enjoyed this video and found it informative. If you have, please like, please subscribe, grow the channel, guys. We're nearly at 1,000. That'll be great. So yeah, thank you to everyone that subscribed. Get me on the Instagram, BHSDMV. It is my wife's birthday tomorrow, so there'll be no video tomorrow, and then with Easter and stuff, it's a busy time for most people, so I'll try my best to get videos out. But if I don't get speaking to you between now and then, enjoy your Easter, guys. Thanks for watching, and until next time. Yeah.
Coincidence.
Yeah.
Coincidence.
Something that happens by chance, I think not.